representatives that spoke earlier. They've been communicative and collaborative, and we've tried to address issues and challenges that we're facing. The truth is, of course, that nobody has all the answers to what we're dealing with, and nobody is able to guarantee anything in terms of how it will turn out or what's the best path forward. I can say that the governor has told us that we should open schools. The Department of Health released new guidance and a new matrix that I sent out to everyone on Thursday, if you clicked on the hyperlink, that looks at the metrics of positivity rate and transmission rate and so forth, and gives you a color code about whether you can open schools or what you might consider when you open schools. And we're in the low category right now, so the Department of Health has indicated that we should try to open schools. So I feel like it's my job to try to find a way to do that and do it as safely and as appropriately as possible. As our departments of health locally have told us, there's no way to eliminate all risk. So what we're trying to do is create environments that are as safe as possible for all of our staff and all of our students, and do so with the recognition that being in school in person is better than being at home behind a screen on a Google Meet or a Zoom. Being in school is better for kids. And I've gone back and forth with other superintendents about these kinds of questions. One thing that I would share, to distill it in a way that's a little bit, maybe it's primitive, but if you look at all the numbers and all the stats nationally, statewide, there's a much greater risk and likelihood that a student would die by suicide in our school district than die by COVID. And obviously we don't want any student ever to pass, but you have to weigh the other detrimental, at least potential detrimental effects of not having students in school. And I say that not just in the intuitive sense that when students are at home, they're more likely to be isolated or more likely to be alone. I say that knowing how often it is that we have a staff member who sees or spots something in a student that is of concern and brings that concern forward. Or we have a student who confides in a staff member, like a student assistance counselor, that they're in crisis. And I know how often it is that we then work with that student, we screen that student, we sometimes refer to that student to an outside health professional. Sometimes that student needs in-person, residential or inpatient or outpatient treatment. But these are things that happen regularly when a school year takes place, and when students are in school to be connected to the adults around them and to their classmates. So